Okay, so ngayon naman, discuss naman natin kung paano kuhanin si mean, variance, and standard deviation of a sampling distribution of means. Okay? So, nung nakaraang video natin, diniscuss natin kung paano kunin si mean, variance, and SD of a population, which is magagamit natin sa pagkuha natin ng mean, variance, and SD of a sampling distribution of sample means. Okay, so para makuha ang mga yon, here are the formulas. Okay, so ito yung mga formulas na gagamitin natin. Ayan. So this is for the population mean, this is for the population variance, and this is for the population standard deviation. Okay, so next, meron tayong mu sub x bar. So mu sub x bar, this is the mean of a sampling distribution of sample means. Okay? So mu sub x bar is equal to the summation of x bar over n. And we have sigma squared sub x bar, or the variance of a sampling distribution of sample means, that is equal to summation of quantity x bar minus mu sub x bar squared over n. And for the standard deviation of a sampling distribution of sample means, so just simply get the square root of the variance. Okay? And we also have alternative formula. Meron tayong alternative formula para ma-check nyo rin kung tama ba yung nakuha nyong sagot. Okay? So we have alternative formula, that is sigma squared sub x bar is equal to sigma squared, which is, the sigma squared is the population variance over n. Ang n natin, this is the sample size. Then multiply by capital letter N minus small letter n over n minus 1. And for the sigma squared, for the sigma sub x bar, so wala pong exponent na. Sigma sub x bar is equal to the square root of sigma squared over n multiplied by the quantity n minus n over n minus 1. Okay? So, ito yung mga formulas na gagamitin natin para mahanap si mean, variance, and SD of a population and of a sampling distribution of a sample mean. Okay? So, for example, consider the population consisting of 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Okay, so consider the population consisting 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Suppose that samples of size 2 are drawn from this population. What is the mean, variance, and standard deviation of the sampling distribution of the sample means? Okay? Bago natin kunin yung mean, variance, and SD ng sampling distribution of sample means, kunin muna natin yung mean, variance, and SD ng population. Okay? Again, kunin muna natin yung mean, variance, and SD ng population. Okay, so yung value ni x natin, so meron tayong ilang data? Meron tayong 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Okay, so 5 data. Okay, so next, yung value ng x natin is 1. Ayan, so 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Okay, so next, natin, ang kailangan natin sa table is si x minus mu. Okay, and the last column, para ma-solve natin yung population, mean, variance, and SD is x minus mu squared. Okay, so ito yung mga kailangan natin para makuha si mean, variance, and SD of a given population. Okay, so now, anong sunod na natin gagawin is kukunin natin yung summation of x. I-add lang po lahat ng x. Add lang po natin lahat yung x. So, summation of x is equal to, so 1 plus 2 is 3 plus 3 is 6 plus 4 is 10 plus 5, that is equal to 15. Okay, so summation of x is equal to 15. So, next column natin is x minus mu. Again, hindi tayo makakapag-proceed sa next column hanggat wala tayong value ni population mean. And to solve for the population mean, so mu natin is equal to the summation of, okay, so summation of x over ang n natin, okay, so yung n natin, capital letter N, or the population size. So yung summation of x natin is 15, okay, over, ilang data meron tayo, ilang population, meron tayong 5. So 15 divided by 5, then the answer is 3. So ibig sabihin yung value ng mean natin or yung population mean natin is equal to 3. So now, makakapag-proceed na tayo sa next column. So for our next column, x minus mu, ang x natin is 1. So 1 minus 3 is equal to negative 2, diretso squared, negative 2 squared, and that is equal to positive 4. So wala tayong negative na dapat makuha dito. Okay? Wala tayong negative na makukuha sa column na to. Why? Ni-squared po natin yung number. Okay? So next, value ni x is 2. 2 minus 3 is negative 1. Squared natin, negative 1 squared is positive 1. 3 minus 3, the answer is 0. Diretso squared, that is equal to 0. 0 squared is 0. 4 minus 3 is equal to 1. Squared, 1 squared is 1. And 5 minus 3, that is equal to 2. And 2 squared, that is equal to 4. And after that, kunin ang summation ng last column. Kunin ang summation ni x minus mu squared. Add lang po natin ulit lahat. 4 plus 1 is 5 plus 1 is, 4 plus 1 is 5 plus 0 is 5. Plus 1 is 6 plus 4 is 10. Okay, so the summation of the quantity x minus mu squared is equal to 10. Okay, then after nito, makukuha mo na si variance and standard deviation of population. Okay? Population variance, to solve for the population variance, sigma squared is equal to the summation of the quantity x minus mu squared over n. Okay? And that is equal to, nakuha nating summation which is 10 over ang n natin or population size, that is 5. So 10 minus 5 is equal to 2. So ibig sabihin ang sigma squared natin or ang population variance natin is equal to 2. Okay, so and for the standard deviation, sigma is equal to the square root of, formula natin, x minus mu squared over n, or sigma is equal to, okay, so just simply get the square root of 2. Okay, so kunin mo lang yung square root ng ating variance. Ang variance natin na nakuha natin is 2. Okay, so kunin ang square root of 2. And that is equal to 1.41. So 1.41. Okay? Ayun po. So guys, magkakakonect yan ha. So again, kunin ang summation of x minus mu squared. So 10 divided by 5. And that is equal to 2. Sulat agad kung may kailangan i-round off pagdating dito sa final answer. And after nito, wag ika-cancel or wag i-clear kung ano man yung meron sa calcu. Kasi kukunin mo pa yung variance, yung standard deviation, sorry. Kukunin mo pa yung standard deviation. Pag kukunin ng standard deviation, simply pindutin ang square root, pindutin ang answer, pindutin ang equals, and 1.41. So, round off your final answer into 2 decimal places. Okay, so magkakakonect. Para hindi tayo paulit-ulit na nag-i-input sa calcu, huwag nating i-clear yung data sa calcu, okay? So now, the mean is 3, the variance is 2, and the population standard deviation is 1.41, okay? So ito na yung mean variance and SD natin for the population. How about the mean variance and standard deviation So how about the mean variance and standard deviation of sampling distribution of sample means? Okay, So again, para makuha yung mean variance and SD of a sampling distribution of a sample means, ang kailangan muna natin ulit is alamin kung ano-ano ba yung samples. Okay? So you need to list all the possible samples with the sample size of 2. Okay? So ibig sabihin, out of this 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 na value ni X, ano yung mga possible combinations na mayroong sample size of 2? So, pwedeng 1, 2, pwedeng 1, 3, pwedeng 1, 4, pwedeng 1, 5, and so on. Okay? So, since 2 yung sample size. So, yun yung aalamin natin. Ano-ano yung mga possible samples with a sample size of 2. Okay? So, now, ilan yung inaasahan nating samples? Ilan yung inaasahan nating mabubuo nating combinations? Ilan yung inaasahan natin na mabubuo natin na samples? Okay? Okay, so para malaman nyo kung ilan ba yung samples na mabubuo nyo, kung ilan ba yung combinations na mabubuo nyo with a sample size of 2, gamitin ulit natin ang calcu natin, okay? So, sa calcu natin, meron tayong NCR. Ayan, so meron tayong NCR. Hanapin nyo sa calcu nyo yung NCR. So, combination yon. Okay, combination ang gagamitin natin, hindi po permutation. Okay po? So, combination. So, pindutin lang natin yung mamaya, okay? So, ngayon, to check kung ilan ba yung sample na inaasahan natin, so, gamitin natin si NCR. Gamitin lang natin si NCR. Capital letter N is the population, C is combination or the number of samples, and yung R natin, yung R, this is the sample size. Okay? So, yung population natin, ilan yung population natin? Sabi dito, consider a population consisting of 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So, we have 5 populations. Okay? So, 5 yung population size. So, yung 5 yung population size, then C. Then yung R, how about the R? Yung sample size. Suppose that samples of size 2. Okay? Ibig sabihin, yung sample size natin is 2. So, yun yung i-click natin dito sa calcu, ilalagay natin dito sa calcu. Okay? So, 5C2. Pindutin si 5. Shift. Yung NCR natin. Ayan. And yung number 2. So, 5C2. And that is equal to 10. Okay? So, ibig sabihin, 10 combinations yung inaasahan natin. 10 combinations yung inaasahan natin na mabubuo natin from this population. So, yung population natin is 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Alamin natin ano-ano ba yung combinations na yun, ano-ano ba yung samples na yun. So, sabi natin, umaasa tayo na magkakaroon tayo ng 10 combinations or 10 samples with a sample size of 2. So, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. So, ano-ano yung combinations na yon? Ano-ano yung samples na yon? Okay? So, yung samples natin or sample natin, so sample size of 2. So, first is 1, 2. Okay? 1, 2. Yan. So, 1, 2. So, next. 1, 2. So, next is 1, 3. 1, 3. Ayan. So, sige dito na. 1, 2. Next is 1, 3. So, sunod is 1, 4. 1, 4. Next is 1, 5. 1, 5. So, sunod na tayo. Okay na tayo sa 1. Sunod tayo kay 2. 2, 3. 2, 4. So, 2, 5. Ayan. So, 2, 5. Okay. So, okay na tayo kay 1. Okay na tayo kay 2. Sunod na tayo kay 3. So, 3, 4. 3, 5. And the last is 4, 5. Okay, so here are the samples with the sample size of 2. Okay, so ito na yung samples natin na may sample size na 2. So next natin na kailangan sa table, okay, so ang kailangan natin sa table na sunod is yung value ni x bar. Or yung x bar natin, again, this is the sample mean. Okay, so next na kailangan natin is x bar. So sunod natin is x bar minus mu. Okay, so mu sub x bar. And for the last column, kailangan natin ng x bar minus mu sub x bar squared. Okay? So, ito yung mga kinakailangan natin sa table para mahanap si mean, variance, and standard deviation of a sampling distribution of sample means. Okay, so paano natin nahanapin si x bar? Again, x bar natin is sample mean. Paano natin kinukuha yung sample mean? Average lang po ito, add, and divide. So, kung ilan man ang sample. Okay? So, ano yung mean nitong samples na to? So, meron tayong 1 and 2. Ano yung value ni x bar? So, to get this x bar or to get this sample mean, add mo lang tong dalawa. So, 1 plus 2 is 3. Then, divided by 2. Okay, so 1 plus 2 is 3. Divided by 2, that is 1.5. So, bakit po natin dinivide sa 2? Okay, so kasi po, 2 yung sample size. Pero kung sakaling 3 ang sample size, add mo lang lahat, then i-divide mo sa 3. Okay, kung 4 yung sample size or 4 yung laman nito, so add mo lang lahat and divide mo sa 4. Okay, so since dalawa lang naman yung sample size natin or dalawa lang naman yung laman nito, add mo lang parehas, then divide mo sa 2. Okay, so same with the next sample. 1 plus 3 is 4. Divided by 2 is 2. Okay, 1 plus 4 is 5. Divided by 2 is 2.5. 1 plus 5 is 6. Divided by 2 is 3. 2 plus 3 is 5. Divided by 2 is 2.5. 2 plus 4 is 6. Divided by 2 is 3. And 2 plus 5 is 7. Divided by 2 is 3.5. 3.5. 3 plus 4 is 7. Divided by 2, that is also 3.5. 3 plus 5 is 8 divided by 2, that is equal to 4. And 4 plus 5 is 9 divided by 2, and that is equal to 4.5. Okay, so next column is x bar minus mu sub x bar. So katulad nito, hindi ka nakapunta sa sunod na column, nakapag-proceed sa sunod na column hanggat wala kang mu. So ganun din dito. Hindi ka makakapag-proceed sa next column hanggat wala kang mu sub x bar. Okay, or mean sub x bar. So to find this mu sub x bar or the mean of a sampling distribution of means, our formula, okay, so mu sub x bar is equal to the summation of x bar over n. Okay? Summation of x bar over n. X bar is ito, nakuha natin na means. And yung n is the number of observation. So that is equal to, add lang natin lahat, okay? So add muna natin lahat ng nasa column ni x bar. So add lang po, summation of x bar is equal to 1.5 plus 2 plus 2.5 plus 3 plus 2.5 plus 3, 2.5 plus 3, okay, plus 3.5 plus 3.5 plus 4, then plus 4.5. Okay, and that is equal to 30. So, add lang po lahat and that is equal to 30. So, yung summation of x bar natin or summation of means is equal to 30. Okay? So, substitute na natin siya sa ating formula. So, summation of x bar is 30 over the number of observation, which is 10, the number of samples, which is 10. So, 30 divided by 10, then the answer is 3. Okay, so mu sub x bar is equal to 3. Okay? So, kung mapapansin nyo, same lang po yung nakuha nating population mean and yung mean of the sampling distribution of means. So, lagi pong magkatulad lang yung makukuha natin dyan. Okay? Since nanggaling lang naman siya sa isang data. Okay po? Again, kung ano yung value ni population mean dito, yun lang din yung magiging value ni population ni mean of a sampling distribution of means. Okay? So, next. Pwede na tayo mag-proceed sa next column. So, for the next column, x bar minus mu sub x bar. X bar natin is, eto na. So, 1.5. Ang mu sub x bar natin is 3. So, 1.5 minus 3, and that is equal to negative 1.5. So, negative 1.5. Diretso squared para sa next column, and that is equal to 2.25. Okay, so next. If the value of our x is 2, so 2 minus 3 is equal to negative 1. Then squared lang po tayo, and that is equal to positive 1. And next, if x is 2.5, 2.5 minus 3, and that is equal to negative 0.5, diretso squared, that is equal to 0.25. For the next, 3 minus 3 is equal to 0. Then squared lang natin. 0 squared is 0. 2.5 ulit minus 3. So that is equal to negative 0.5. Squared lang natin. 0.25. If x is 3, 3 minus 3 is 0. Squared, that is equal to 0. 3.5 minus 3. Ayan. So 3.5 minus 3 is equal to 0.5. Then, squared lang natin, and that is equal to 0.25. And next, 3.5 minus 3 is 0.5, then squared 0.25. And if the value of our x is 4, 4 minus 3 is positive 1, then squared, that is also equal to 1. And if x is 4.5, 4.5 minus 3 is equal to 1.5 or positive 1.5, then squared, that is equal to 2.25. And after that, kunin ang summation ng last column, kunin yung summation ni x bar minus mu sub x bar squared is equal to, add lang po natin lahat, 2.25 plus 1, okay, plus 0.25 plus 0 plus 0.25 plus 0 plus 0.25 plus 0.25 plus 1, 0.25 plus 1 plus 2.25. Okay? And that is equal to 7.5. So the summation of x bar minus mu sub x bar is equal to 7.5. Okay, so mag-ingat tayo sa pag-i-input sa calculator, ha? Kasi maling input mo lang, mali na po lahat. Okay? Maling input mo lang po sa calcu, mali na lahat. Maling lagay mo lang dito na number, mali na rin po yung mga susunod na steps. Okay? So, next. Next is, kunin natin yung variance. Okay, so variance, this is for the mean. And for the variance, so meron tayong sigma squared sub x bar is equal to the summation of x bar minus mu sub x bar squared over n. Okay, and that is equal to summation of x bar minus mu sub x bar squared is equal to 7.5 divided by n natin, which is 10. Okay, 7.5 divided by 10. So 7.5 divided by 10, and that is equal to 0.75. So our sigma squared sub x bar is equal to 0.75. Yung variance of a sampling distribution of sample means is equal to 0.75. How about the standard deviation? So for the standard deviation, sigma sub x bar, so SD, is equal to the square root of the summation of x bar minus mu sub x bar squared over n. So the square root of 7.5 over 10. So kunin lang square root of the answer. So wag ulit magde-delete. Okay? And that is equal to 0.866025. Round off your final answer into two decimal places, and that is equal to 0.87. Okay? So you can use alternative formula to check if your answer is correct. Okay, so again, you can use alternative formula to check if your answer is correct. Okay? So for the alternative formula, using alternative formula, okay, yung sigma squared sub x bar natin or yung variance of a sampling distribution of sample means, so that is equal to sigma squared over n multiplied by capital letter N minus small letter n over n minus 1. Okay, so just substitute. Ayan, substitute lang natin. Yung nakuha nating sigma squared kanina, again, sigma squared to ha, population variance. Population variance natin is 2 over yung sample size. Balikan natin yung situation. Sample size ang tinutukoy. Balikan natin yung situation. Consider the population consisting of 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Suppose that samples of size 2 are drawn from this population. Okay? So, yung sample size natin or yung small letter n natin is 2. Okay, so ngayon, ano naman yung capital letter N? Ilan yung original? Okay, so population size, which is 5. Ano tayo? 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Then minus, sample size natin ay 2 over 5 minus 1. Okay, so 2 over 2 is equal to 1. Multiplied by 5 minus 2 is 3. Over 4 minus 1 is 4. So 1 multiplied by 3 over 4 is 3 over 4. And yung 3 over 4 na yan, ayan, so 1, sige, 1 multiplied by 3 over 4. Baka mamaya ay nagdadalawang isip pa kayo sa sagot. So 1 multiplied by 3 over 4 is 3 over 4. Then convert, that is 0.75. Okay? Sigma squared sub x bar is equal to 0.75. Nakuha natin kanina, which is same lang na nakuha natin kanina. Okay? So again, to check if your answer is correct, you can use the alternative formula. Okay po? So now, and to solve for the standard deviation, so for the standard deviation, sigma sub x bar is equal to, kunin lang yung square root ni 0.75. Okay, so that is the square root of sigma squared is 2 over 2 multiplied by 5 minus 2 over 5 minus 1. So, sigma sub x bar, or just simply get the square root. Ayan. So, yun nakuha natin kanina. 0.75. Square root, answer equals. Then, decimal. 0.86602. Round off your final answer into two decimal places, then that is equal to 0.87. Which is same lang na nakuha natin kanina using the original formula. Okay? So, ayun po. Yun ang way ng pagkuha ng mean, variance, and standard deviation of a population and mean, variance, and standard deviation of a sampling distribution of the sample means. Okay, and to check if your answers are correct, you can use your calculator. So, pindutin lang ulit si stats. Number 3. Pindutin si SD. Okay, so check muna natin yung nakuha nating sagot dito sa population. Okay? Yung X natin is 1. Input lang. 2, 3, 4, and 5. So, nagkataon lang na 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 yung X natin, ha? Pero hindi laging ganyan. Okay, so equals. So, CA, pindutin si apps. Piliin si S-bar, number 5. Okay, so to check if your mean is correct, then pindutin yung 2. And the answer is 3. Your answer is 3. Okay? So, ibig sabihin, tama yung nakuha mong sagot. How about the variance and the SD? Pindutin lang ulit si apps. Piliin si S-bar, number 5. So, this is a population, therefore, ang pipiliin ay number 3. So, number 3, that is equal to 1.41. 42. 13562. Round off your final answer into 2 decimal places, and that is 1.41. Okay? Derecho squared to check if your variance is correct, and that is equal to 2. And your answer is 2. Ibig sabihin, tama yung nakuha mong sagot. So, next. Check naman natin kung tama yung nakuha nating mean, variance, and SD dito sa ating sampling distribution of a sample means. Okay? So, start lang tayo ulit. 3, piliin si SD. Ngayon, ang i-input mong X ay yung X bar. Okay, so ito yung X bar na i-input mo. So, ito yung i-input natin. 1.5 equals 2 equals 2.5 equals 3 equals 2.5 equals 3 equals and 3.5 equals. So, next, 3.5 ulit equals 4 equals, ayan, 4.5 equals. Okay? So, na-input mo na yung 10 data. Na-input mo na yung 10 data. So, now, CA ulit tayo. Apps, S-bar, pindutin si 2 to check if your mean is correct. Then, the answer is 3. Your answer is 3. Okay? And next, apps, S-var ulit, number 5. Population pa rin po ito. Nagamit naman natin lahat ng data. So, population pa rin po. So, number 3. Okay, and that is equal to 0.866. Round off your final answer into 2 decimal places, and that is 0.87. Nakuha mong sagot ay 0.87 din kanina. To check if your variance is correct, derecho squared, and that is equal to 0.75. At ang nakuha mong sagot kanina ay 0.75. Ibig sabihin po, tama ang nakuha mong sagot simula sa population hanggang sa sampling distribution of a sample means. Okay? And that's it. I hope na may natutunan kayo. Okay, so I hope may natutunan. So if you have questions, pwede nyo gamitin ang ating comment box. Pwede nyo itanong doon and hit the like button kung sakaling nakatulong ako sa inyo. Okay? Thank you so much. Keep safe and God bless.